so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed.
Good morning, my dear friends and my dear masters, and good evening to the master giant from other parts of India. Thank you very much for joining the session. And today we have one of the great master, and Nagapradeep sir is going to take the session to give the knowledge on a new topic to understand for us how meditation is going to help us to improve our memory powers. There are 7 memory powers. So Sar will teach us how this meditation enhance those and how we can utilize it for our own life. My dear friends, we welcome Pradeep sir. Thank you very much, sir. Over to you.
Thanks, Ravindra.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, friends. My name is Pradeep. By profession, I'm working as a software engineer in Bangalore for the last 7 years and been practicing meditation for the last 8 years now. From the last 2.5 years, I'm closely working with Chandra sir with Soul Trends and Pyramid Valley International, and in course of time met various masters and had gone through various books. So I'm going to share today what I have learned and a few of the things what I have been implementing in my day-to-day life. So we will go through a little scientific aspect of our brain today. Just want to know, like, is there anyone who is joining again from the previous batch,
Yes,
or
sir.
all are new participants?
There are the people joined from the last session as well. Both are there, mixing.
Okay, so my video and audio is clear, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so let me share my screen. Just a second. Okay, so if you have pen and paper next to you, you can just write down few points, at least these 7 points. What are we going to see today? So how many of you believe that we have a limited storage capacity to our brain? You can just raise your hand, or you can just type in the chat whether you agree or you don't agree. All right. So the first memory power what we'll be seeing is the storage power. let me present you some of the facts that our human brain has. Uh, the cells which are in the brain part, we call it as a neurons or the nerve cells. Any idea how many nerve cells we are having altogether? So there are closely 100 billion neurons in our brain, and each neuron has the capacity to store 60 MB of data, so which is equivalent to 15 MP3 songs. And just imagine 100 billion into 60 MB. That means 1 billion has 9 zeros, 100 crores, and 10 power 100 billion is 10 power 11. So 10 power 11 into 60 MB. So that much amount of storage capacity our brain is having. So which is equivalent to 150 crore HD movies. You can just store 150 crore high definition movies in your brain. So literally it means unlimited capacity. So that means you are holding a pen drive in your brain which is of unlimited capacity, or in other terms, if you are holding a hard disk in your brain which is unlimited capacity. So if someone said that your memory power is limited, or you need to be very cautious in storing whatever you are putting in your brain, so it's a wrong thing. So the neuroscience has proven this. If you to understand more about this, you can go through this book called "You Are the Placebo." So Dr. Joe Dispenza, with a very clear scientific facts, he has presented this whole concept of the brain storage power. And let's go a little bit deeper. So what happens when we see something, when we hear something, or when we learn something? How actually brain stores the data? So the brain stores the data in the form of a connections. Whenever you see something, whenever you hear something, or whenever you learn something, so a connection is formed. I mean, not only one connection, many connections are formed in the brain. So if you want to understand how connections will look like, you can see the image on my PPT, which is on the left side. So you are seeing, right? So the like some thunderstorm kind of GIF. So whenever you learn something, so a bunch of neurons, they'll join together, and there's the electric charge which is going to get exchanged in between them. So each neuron can connect to 40,000 to 1 lakh another neurons. So there is no, I mean, it's unimaginable how many number of connections that our brain has. This 2 pounds of brain which we are carrying is a miraculous device. So the image which is on the right side of your screen, if you are observing, so this is how the two neurons, they join together. I mean, so the mushroom kind of things, what you are seeing is the roots of the neuron. So imagine the neuron will be like this. Uh, a small nucleus kind of thing in the center, and there are a lot of roots joining to that. So each root will join to the another root. We call that as a connection. So to be frank, they won't actually join together. There will be the small gap between those two joinings, which we call it as a synaptic gap. So whenever you learn something, so the electrical charge will flow from one neuron root to another neuron root through the synaptic gap. And when this happens, a certain protein gets released, which we call it as a neuropeptide, which goes to the different parts of the body, and they will activate the gene. So this is how the genetic code gets activated in our body. That's a different topic, which we'll see on some other day. So what I would like to convey here is the amount of storage power that our brain is having is unlimited. So there are 100 billion neurons. Each billion neuron can hold a 60 MB of data. So this is, it's really unimaginable. So, how much portion of the memory are we using currently? Any idea? Researchers mentioned that Albert Einstein used the 11% of his brain. So that means hardly we are using closely 1 or 2% of our memory capacity. So rest 97 to 98% of the brain is still unexplored, is still unused. Why is it? Why we are not able to explore that whole part of the brain? We'll see in the coming slides. So there is something, this concept called out of box thinking and in box thinking. So because of the inside box thinking, we are only limiting our learnings, our exploration to only limited part of the brain. I hope you guys are clear till now. I'll take up the questions at the end. You can just write down on a piece of paper if you have any questions. All right. So what is the next memory power? So the thing what we have seen now is storage power. So the next thing is recall power. We are seeing so many things, we are listening so many things, and we are feeling so many things, and yeah, whatever we experience through all these 5 senses gets stored in our brain. But how much of that memory what we have written in our brain is we are able to recall at the right times? Does anyone has this problem, recall power? Let me give up this scenario. So you had prepared very well thoroughly for your examination. Could be for the MCET examination, or for your engineering entrance exam, or it could be any small examination which you might go through in your companies or in your colleges or schools. And the moment when you get into the examination hall and when you see the question paper, did you ever went blank in any of the instances? You have read everything, the preparation is fantastic, you have done 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times revision, but the moment you saw the question paper in the examination hall, you went blank. So what's happening over there? Is it the problem with the storage? No. When you have done multiple recallings, when you have repeated your class so many times, when you have repeated your textbook so many times, obviously there are a number of connections which are formed in the brain, which are very well sufficient for the for recalling at any point of time. But what is making us paralyzed at that point of time? So why we are not able to access our recall power? So it's all because of, It's all because of that brain state which we are going through at that point of time. So let me give you the simple concepts. Our brain has various concepts. I mean, sorry, various states like beta, alpha, theta, delta, and then gamma. Again, in beta, there are three states: high beta state, mid beta state, and then the low beta state. So you can remember just like theta is a highly stressful state, and then alpha is a relaxed state. Sorry, beta is a highly stressful state, alpha is a relaxed state, and then the theta is a subconscious state, which we call it as a meditative state. So the moment when I saw the question paper and when I see there are a couple of questions which came from the part which I haven't read, so my brain immediately got the number of thoughts that has been triggering at that point of time is so high. Oh my god, this is something which I haven't learned. Now I'm going to lose my marks, and then my parents are going to scold me. I mean, my rank might go back. I will not be able to get the good seat. Then will not be able to get into good college. Then will not be able to get a job after immediate placement. So all this cycle of thoughts kept on triggering, and incidentally what is happening, it is forcing our brain to get into that highly stressful state called the beta state. When we are in the beta state, so the body's natural capacity is shut down. We go with our animal instincts. So this analytical part of the mind is totally shut down at that point of time. So whatever we have learned or whatever we have stored in our brain, we will not be able to access it because of this highly stressful state. So now what happens through meditation? Of course, at that point of time, we cannot sit in our examination hall and we meditate. We cannot expect to meditate. So what is the important thing to understand here? It's not what you do at that point of time. It's what you have been doing till that point of time. Suppose if you are having this habit of meditating maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, as per your age, maybe twice a day. So the moment you saw the question paper and there are these couple of questions which are out of the syllabus, so instead of getting panicked, you say, okay, fine. So this is something which is out of my territory. So let me go through the other part of the question. So your brain will not be forced to think those stressful thoughts which will push you into that high beta state. So the result is you will still remain calm. You will go with that questions which you can answer well, and obviously maybe once you start putting it, your confidence level slowly starts growing, and maybe you will be able to answer the questions which you actually don't know the answer also. So the recall power tremendously increases. This is something which has to be experiential. So if you are new to the meditation, you got to practice this maybe for at least this 21 days, 30 days, 40 days, and then you go to the examination hall and you just compare how you were behaving now when compared to a year back or a couple of years back. So this is the second memory power which gets tremendously improved through meditation, the recall power. So the next thing is the concentration power. We have been hearing from our childhood that teachers shouting in the class, focus on what I'm saying, focus on what I'm writing, your lab assistant shouting on you, focus on what you are doing, your parents shouting on you, focus on what you are reading. So they all the times they have been telling focus, 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 but they are not telling how to focus, how to improve that concentration power. So how that happens? Again, the neuroscience says that there are 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts which goes on in a human mind every single day, out of which 95% of them are repetitive, which we have been thinking again, these useless thoughts. So that means out of 60,000, only 3,000 to 5,000 thoughts are constructive. So the rest of them are repetitive and destructive thoughts. So when our mind is bundled with so many unwanted thoughts, how we will be able to focus? How will we be able to concentrate on the things? So what happens with meditation? What happens when we focus on our breath regularly? See, meditation is also a skill, just like any other skill, like cricket, tennis, painting, singing, music. So the more you practice, the more it gets improved. So over a period of time, when we keep focusing on the breath, regularly again, the number of thoughts keeps coming down from 60,000 to 50,000 to 40,000, 30,000, 20,000, 10,000, 5,000, 3,000, and maybe at a point of time, you will reach to a stage where you'll think only when it's necessary. So you are having a tremendous amount of energy saving within you. You will be able to channelize the energy on the thought that you actually want, on the thought that it is actually constructive. So the concentration level tremendously improves. At this point of time, when you are channelizing your whole energy on one single thought, on that constructive thought, that is going to get manifested quickly. This is what the science of manifestation says. Where the attention goes, there the energy flows, and where the energy flows, there the manifestation happens. If you see the last point out of the 7 memory powers, which is the thought power, so that thought power gets tremendously improved when we cut down all the unwanted thoughts, and when we channelize the energy only on the thoughts which are constructive. Again, so being with the breath is the key for improving the concentration power and the thought power. Now again, reading power. I read in one of the Ramakrishna mission books that Vivekananda used to finish a big book of this much volume, could be some 1,000 pages in half an hour of time. Once Swamiji visited Germany, and he was in the library, and this German scholar, he gave one of the books saying, this is the kind of Bible to us, and please read it and give it back to me after a few weeks. So Swamiji sat down there, and he came back after half an hour, and he returned it back to him saying that, okay, it's done. The German guy could not believe. Then Swamiji said, okay, ask me from any page whatever you want. Then the German scholar asked, and Swamiji was able to say that this literally blew away the mind of the German scholar. So what is happening over there? What is happening with Swamiji there, Vivekananda? So he has a tremendous amount of reading power. Again, this is again limited to that concentration power. When we have that reading power, when our mind is not cluttered, when we are not thinking those 10 thoughts at a time, when we are channelizing our energy on that one particular thought, or that one particular activity, rather than thought, we can call it as an activity. When I'm totally engrossed in that one particular activity, which is reading at that point of time, so the world totally disappeared at that point of time. So the only me and the book, only me and that characters, I'm totally engrossed in what I'm doing. So that is the reason why he's able to finish that whole book in half an hour. So the point here is not to finish the books in half an hour. So the thing is, when we are with the breath at constantly, when we are practicing the skill of being with the breath constantly, the ability to focus our energy on that particular activity gets tremendously increased. Could be reading, or could be designing, or maybe your boss may ask you to come up with a design document for the plan, or for one of the new features in your office. So when you develop the skill of getting engrossed in that activity, so the designs come up so beautifully, and so reliable, so resilient, and yeah, the work which we might be doing in 10 hours might get be done in 1 hour. So that's why the meditation is a great skill. Meditative employee is a great skill to an organization. So in future, recruiters are going to see this particular skill called meditation in the guy who they are going to recruit. So definitely that is going to happen in another maybe 1 or 2 years of time period. Yeah, learning power. So the learning power and the creative power, so both of them are quite interrelated to each other. See, so there is this aspect called, I was just discussing some time back, so in-box thinking and then the out-of-box thinking. Let me give an example for each of these scenarios. So me and Ravindra, we have been close friends for almost 2.5 years now. So let's assume that this is a hypothetical scenario. Let's assume that in our first meeting we had an argument with each other on maybe on one particular subject, and in the second meeting also we had an argument, and in the third meeting also we had an argument, and whenever we are meeting constantly we are arguing to each other. So the suppose when I met for the 33rd time, for 32 times we have been constantly arguing. So I mean that environment between us is not so great. So obviously what happens when we meet for the 33rd time, my brain, so there is a lot of neural networks and connections that has been formed in the brain, giving me that feeling called uh, not so happy feeling. So with the moment I see him, unconsciously these connections are getting triggered, which is making me feel in that way. Okay, again I am seeing Ravindra. I should not be talking to him, or I should be away from him. So this is we call it as an inbox thinking, because my brain has been programmed, and maybe I would have changed in that by the 33rd meeting, or he would have changed, but instead of thinking that on that one aspect that some change might have been occurred in both of them, so my brain by default it is going, okay, the last all previous meetings are so worse and so dirty, I don't want to take the chance of meeting him again. We call it as an inbox thinking, going by default with the circuits what is already been programmed. We call it as a belief, where when certain things happen to us again, so a belief gets formed within us. So this belief will unconsciously, it will make us think in a certain way. We call it as a programming. So now what is out of box thinking? Let's assume I between the 32nd to 33rd meeting, someone introduced me to this breath mindfulness meditation technique, and I have been practicing this maybe by that point after maybe for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, whatever it is. So so what happens when we do this meditation is the gap between the stimulus and the response. So there's the small gap between the stimulus and the response. So this, in this gap lies the freedom to us, the freedom of making a choice, uh, freedom of making that beautiful choice. Well, what is the stimulus? Me seeing Ravindra. What is the response? Running away from him. So between the stimulus and the response, so if I am aware, if my awareness levels are at least little bit there at that point of time, before the response hit me, I'll have this small gap which make me rethink. Okay, so 32 times it has been happened like this. Are you so sure? Are you 100% sure that even the 33rd time also it could be the same result? At least I will get that gap to rethink. I'll get that gap to analyze that situation. Maybe 1% of my thoughts out of 100 might be saying, okay, take a chance, take a chance. So we call it as an out of box thinking, breaking the conventional thinking and going out. Your boss might have come to you and gave a design document and asked you to write the code based upon this design document. In a natural way, what you will do, you will take the design, you will code it, and then you will give it back to him. But if you are aware, what you will do, you will analyze the document, and you may think, okay, there are some recent advancements in the programming language and the recent advancements in the coding techniques, which I can propose a better design document. So you will start thinking this out of box. So the creative power gets tremendously improved with this out of box thinking. We call it as a neuroplasticity in terms of so the neuroscience language. So let me share a screen to you. So you're able to see it. The left one, if you see the left image, you are able to see some connections that are there outside the box. So that means whenever a situation comes, you are not only limiting your thoughts and feelings to those pre-existing beliefs, you are trying to expand your horizons. So this is how we will use the unused part of the brain. So previously we were saying, right, we were only using the part of the brain. So with this out of box thinking, which improves our creative ability. It not only improves our creative ability, but we start using these unexplored parts of the brain. If you see the right side image, you are seeing, so there are no neural circuits outside the box. It is totally enclosed over there. So this is an in-box thinking. So whenever a situation comes, you are just going based upon your past experience. So there is no question of thinking or giving a try. Let me go in another way. So we call it as a neurorigidity in terms of so this neuroscience language. Again, to understand more these concepts in detail, you can go through this book called "You Are the Placebo." Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. So just want to recap, revise. So there are 7 beautiful powers which gets enhanced through this practice of breath, mindfulness, meditation: the storage power, unlimited capacity, and then the access power. When you are not in the stressful state, you will be able to recall whatever you have learned, whatever you have programmed previously. The concentration power, our focusing ability tremendously improves when we cut down the unwanted thoughts. And then the reading power, learning power. So we will be totally engrossed in the activity which we are doing. We will be able to channelize our whole energy on that one particular task, rather than distributing energy on multiple things. And then the creative power. So this meditation techniques enables us to develop this skill called out of box thinking, through which we can improve our creative power tremendously. And then the thought power. Yeah, so when we are able to channelize our whole energy on that one particular thought which is so constructive, so that gets manifested so quickly. So where the attention goes, there the energy flows, and where the energy flows, there the manifestation happens. I'm done, guys. I have 8 minutes. If you have any questions, I can take it up before I jump into another call. And after that, you guys can sit in meditation.
Dear friends, you can ask the questions now before meditation, because Sir got another meeting. So he will answer the questions. Then after that, we'll meditate. So please unmute yourself, or you raise your hand, we'll unmute you and ask questions related to boost your seven memory powers, or how meditation impacts. Right. So please ask the questions related to this. Anything, Sir will answer.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So we have one question. This is Amok from Bangalore, sir.
Hi, Amok.
Hello, sir. So we have one question. You told we are using only some part of our mind, right? For example, you told that Einstein used only 11% of his brain. So that 11% is of his conscious mind or the subconscious mind?
Good. So 95% of our brain is subconscious. Only that 5% of what we is having is conscious. So the neocortex in our brain is associated with this conscious part of the thinking. Rather than telling it's conscious or subconscious, it goes like this. See, so basically, what does that mean? Using the unexplored part of the brain, it's basically not going with the conventional thinking pattern and conventional beliefs. People around you might be telling that it's a COVID situation. Recruiters are not making calls, and it's very tough to get a job. All these things, newspapers, TVs, friends around you might be telling, which is a conventional way of thinking. So what is the constructive thinking for that? Okay, so the universe is always having this concept of abundance. So it is all based upon me, based upon my frequency. I'll be attracting the things. So when we start thinking, when we stop going in this conventional way, and when we start thinking in this unconventional pattern, I mean going out of the box. So first of all, even getting the thought to go out of the box will make a new connections, and it will open the new doors and new possibilities which will open to us, and which will make us form those new connections. So gradually, when we start doing these things over and over again, I mean, so this will become a habit to us. This will become a habit to us, and you will no more be limited to that particular part of the brain. So so the capacity keeps growing and growing and growing. So if we go into the little metaphysical side, what happens? So when we go into the deeper layers of meditation, people, I mean, if you have read this book called Autobiography of Yogi or Living with the Himalayan Masters, you are seeing that so there are these rishis in the Himalayas which are able to manifest rasgullas on the spot. They're able to make rasgullas from the mud, from the human flesh, and they're just disappearing at one place and appearing at another place. So how is this possible? So there is this concept called mind over matter. So when so with meditation, this powers gets tremendously improved, and so these deeper layers of the brain where all these things are unconsciously stored will get awakened, and it will be a normal thing, just like any other thing, just to get disappear here and appear at another part of the world. Yeah. So the best answer I can give you is you should read these books, so you'll understand more about this unused part of the how meditation can help us to explore these deeper layers of the consciousness.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think we have Raghu, right? Raghu is raising the hand. No, he's not there. Okay. Any other questions, my dear friends?
All right.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
So we have one question
Yeah.
from Miss Manasi.
Okay.
Which is best, mantra meditation, silent, or music meditation?
See, it all varies from individual to individual. For me, the music meditation works a lot. See, the mantra again. See, you can go with that. There is nothing wrong with that. But how much time you can do? You'll lose your energy after chanting for maybe 2 hours or 3 hours. So when you sit in silent, you can go for any hours of duration. And music is a tool which can amplify our meditation experiences. And another benefit of having the music is when you put the music, you are cutting down all those external noises which are coming to you. Suppose if you are at home and if your kid is playing with the stuff, or there is someone around walking over there, so if you put a nice instrumental music, so you are cut down. So that one sense of hearing is cut out. So what is meditation ultimately? When your meditation experience will be good is the more you cut down those 5 senses, you will be able to go into the meditation so deeply. The first sense is seeing. When you are closing your eyes, you are obviously cutting down that first sense. And the second sense, hearing. So when you are putting this nice instrumental music, so you are cutting down the second sense. And then the feeling. So obviously you'll be sitting at one place and meditate. You will not be walking around, right? So that third sense is also down. What are the other 2 senses? Looking, feeling, hearing, taste. Obviously you will not be eating anything during meditation. So the 4th sense is also out. What is the 5th sense?
Smell.
Sorry?
Smell.
Smell. Yeah. So if you go to nice meditation centers, you will see this nice agarbatti in the room. So what is the purpose of putting this nice agarbatti? You'll be cut out of that 5th sense. Or one of your neighbor might be cooking a nice tasty curry by putting a lot of masala. So if you are in meditation and if you are smelling that, your mind will again go somewhere. So if there is a nice agarbatti or that camphor powder in your room, so you are cutting down that 5th sense also. So yeah, this is the scientific aspect why we do all these things. Of course, when you reach to a certain level, you don't need any of these things, but it helps a lot for the beginners to deepen their meditation experiences. All these are tools.
Thank you, sir. I hope the question has been answered. Sir, I have one more question.
Yeah.
If I believe that I am in abundance, then why do I need to manifest?
So there is two things here: default creation and the deliberate creation. So default creation is something like you are accepting what is coming to you, and you are always in the place. You are in abundance. You are taking whatever is coming to you, and you are just flowing with the life, which is totally perfect. And there is another thing called deliberate creation. You have the strongest desire of manifesting something or creating something, and in this particular scenarios we go with this deliberate creation. At any point of time, at a particular point of time, whether to go with the default or deliberate, so there are no hard rules written over here. It's all, you just need to go with your intuitions. If I see, suppose if we are in the human form, obviously there are some desires. So there is a particular purpose why we have chosen this particular body and why we have into all these things. So there are certain things which we have to do. And at these particular scenarios, the deliberate creation will come into the picture. So the manifestation will come into the picture. You might be needing a job, and you might say that, okay, I'm still happy even without this. Let me see where the life takes me over there, which is totally fine. If your parents and the people around you are totally okay with that, if you are at peace with that. Suppose if you think, no, I want to create a job, I want to create a promotion, I want to create this hike, I want to create this money, and yeah, in those scenarios we go with the deliberate creation, which is totally fine. There is nothing wrong in creating things deliberately.
Thank you, sir.
Hope I answered. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear, sir.
Sir, thank you very much. There is one more question, last and final. How do we improve our recalling power? Question from Vivek.
As I said, Vivek, so the recall power is nothing but being in the non-stressful state. How balanced you are. I said that example, right? Like you are seeing a question paper, there are 7 questions, out of which 6 questions are unknown, out of syllabus, or completely out of your territory. Still, you are not losing your balance. Still, you are not losing your calmness. Your mind is still with that, at peace. So once once we are in that peaceful state, once we are in that balanced state, what happens? So those unwanted fearful thoughts or doubtful thoughts will not influence us. I said an example, right? So if you are in the engineering entrance examination, and you have seen many questions, and the mind started thinking, oh my god, my rank will come down, my college will not be good, and I will not get good placement, and I will not good job. So all these are the future scenarios which are not there at all, but our mind is projecting. Our mind got projected over those unwanted and doubtful thoughts, which happens only when we are in the stressful state. So our mind will not get projected onto these doubtful or fearful thoughts when we are in that peace or in that calm state. So obviously, when your mind is at peace, whatever you have learned, whatever you have studied, you will be able to recall well. Let's assume the 6 questions out of 7 is what you have known, and only 1 is something which is unknown. Instead of getting stressed out with that one question which you don't know, you will still very well answer all those 6 questions, and then your confidence level gets boosts up, and definitely you will answer that 7th question also, which I had experienced in my examinations. Yeah, the answer is simple. You don't get stressed out. You be balanced, and your recall power is, you have your recall power with you. That's it. And when you get so engrossed in writing the answers, you will enable the creative aspect of your brain also, which make you answer the questions which you don't know. I'm sure Ravindra can explain this well, because he has been doing this a lot with his students, maybe in the interviews.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I know you already have other session now. Thank you very much. So we will continue with our meditation, sir.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. See you again. I'll join one more day again. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. My dear friends, so we had a wonderful session and knowledge sharing from Pradeep sir. We are so thankful to him. And now let us meditate. Cross your legs, cross your fingers, close your eyes, observe your breath. Please turn on your videos. Before you start, remove, if you are wearing any digital watches, and remove the glasses. Be with your breath, closing your eyes and being with your breath. Just be with your breath. Be with normal and natural breath. Closing your eyes, being with your breath. Normal and natural breath. What a wonderful meditation is. Be with our normal and natural breath. Feel the energy coming in. Just feel it. Feel the empty mind. Just feel it. No thoughts at all. Just feel it. Just observing our breath. No thoughts at all. A lot of energy is flowing within our body. Just feel it. Just feel, inhale and exhale. Just be with your breath. Normal and natural breath. Just be with your breath. Normal and natural breath. Express your gratitude. Be thankful to yourself. Be grateful to yourself. Thankful to your family. Grateful to your family. What a wonderful life. It's amazing. Thankful to all your teachers. Be thankful to meditation. Express your gratitude. Thankful to the money what you have. Grateful to the house where you live. Have a gratitude towards everything in the life. Have a gratitude. Be thankful to yourself. Be thankful to the universe. Once you feel comfortable, please place hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. Place hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. Slowly remove your hands and open your eyes. Wonderful, my dear friends. We all meditated for 30 minutes. It's all group meditation, gives us a lot of energy together. Group meditations are more powerful than individual meditations. So we all as a group meditate together to gain more and more energy. We had a wonderful session by Pradeep sir. There's a lot of takeaways and learnings from that session. I would like to hear some experiences from participants. My dear friends and masters, please feel free to share, because if you are sharing, it inspires so many people. Or you ask a question so that you are giving an answer to many people. So kindly go ahead. So whoever would like to share, please unmute yourself and kindly share your experience, or you ask a question. Both are perfectly fine.
Hi, sir. Vivek here.
Yes.
So I've been introduced to this meditation from one of my college mates.
Okay.
This meditation has helped me to overcome my stress and anxiety, and also I'm able to improve my concentration power and memory power. So it's a very good experience overall from the first session, and I'm also continuing with the second session also for 21 days. So it's a good experience, sir. And thank you very much, sir. It's been very good to have you as a master, learning from you the meditation techniques and methods and all. Thank you very much, sir.
We are grateful to you, sir. Where are you from?
I'm from Bangalore, sir.
Okay. You attended season 1?
Yes, sir. I have attended season 1.
Okay. Since how long you are practicing meditation?
It's from season 1, sir. From May.
Okay. Okay. So how is the journey so far?
The journey is very good, sir. So much we think so much unnecessary things, and the thoughts will come to our mind. So through this meditation, I'm able to reduce those thoughts, and learning the meditation has helped me to, be in a much focused state.
That's really great. So what are the changes you have seen in yourself in the last 2 months?
The changes is we have to remain focused whatever happens. We have to we have to, that's what we have to achieve. We have to be focused, and we have to be more working on that, and we have to overcome the challenges what I'm experiencing.
That's really great, sir. Vivek, sir. We are very thankful to you. We
Thank
see
you,
a
sir.
lot of changes. So we
Yes.
are so grateful and thankful to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very
Thank-
much. Yeah. See, my dear friends, when we made meditation is mandatory in our life, our spiritual journey is a part of our life. Life goes very smooth and happy. So Manoj sir, Vivek sir started meditation before just 2 months. We started a season 1 May 23rd. So within just 2 months, not even 2 months completed, can see this many changes. Why can't anybody? Everybody can see the changes. We just have to spend little time. See, 2 months is 60 hours of time. Okay, within 60 hours of time, he can able to feel that change, right? So we spend years together to complete any of our education, to just get one job. But why can't we spend time for spirituality and meditation? We have to think, be practical. If somebody says that they don't like meditation, it's their life. It's okay. But introducing is our duty. Informing, giving information is our duty. I send a message to 1,000 people. It does not mean that all the 1,000 people will join the session. But it's my duty just to tell that there is some meditation session is happening. It's up to them to join or not to join. Because if they want a peace, if they want a change, first of all, the change can be a peace of mind, change can be concentration, change can be a thought power, it could be anything. If anybody is looking for a change, they are attracted towards the message and they'll join the session. See, it is very simple. Now, within 2 months, Vivek sir's seen so many changes. Why can't everyone? It is all practicing meditation. 1 hour for a day will change the remaining 23 hours. So in a month of 30 hours of time is spending towards spirituality and meditation, the whole month is changed. Within 2 months, we got this much realization. Then why can't we continue and make it is mandatory so that it will be very helpful? That is where we need to understand. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Galaxy A2 core. Unmute yourself and go ahead. Okay. So that is where, my dear friends, make meditation is a part of the life so that you'll achieve everything in the life, whatever is required in the life. It is a solution to many problems. It may be education, it may be business, it may be a housewife, or it may be anything. So you will have a lot of success just by having a meditation into our life. Yes, Raja sir.
Thank you, Ravindra.
Very
Really
happy
good
to see you.
talk today, actually. And I like the way the Vivek sir is presenting his like his experience. You know, it is a really different thinking. You mentioned that it is 2 months is 60 hours. When
Yeah.
you take the total 2 months time, but it is 24 times. I mean, it's more. 60 hours is nothing in front of 2 months, man. Actually. Then I realized that like the way you said that it's 1 hour per day, 1 hour we can easily put for the meditation. It's not a big thing. But like if he seeing that much changes within the 60 months, 60 hours, that itself is really, really a good thing and good achievement. Actually, I mean, it is like I open it to all the participants, actually, including me, that like, man, I mean, sometimes 2 months looks like very big thing, but if you split it into like hour per day, nothing, that 60 hours is nothing. So I felt like even, I mean, I'm a bit lethargic, but like now what Vivek sir said that, I think that is really, really helpful. 1 hour spending per day, it's not a, like a very miraculous task or anything like that, that we can easily do without any problem. And moreover, I mean, I joined little bit late today, but like the introduction class, Karthik sir, and everything, really it looks good actually. Thank you very much, Ravindra.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot for your sharing. Anyone else wants to share or ask questions? Please go ahead. Bhaskar sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you can go ahead, sir. We can hear you.
Sir, I have joined at the end, sir. I did not hear anything. Just
Okay.
at the end, I
Okay.
heard. I'll share
So
tomorrow.
from
Also.
last season,
Sorry.
you attended few sessions. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can share your meditation experiences, whatever you gained so far. What are the changes you see?
After taking meditation, we get peaceful, sir. We can
Hmm.
get some ideas. Sir.
Hmm.
The way we teach, also, we can get a lot of things, a lot of ideas. I mean, whatever we had taught earlier, teaching or livelihood or work or wherever we are going to do the works, we can do peacefully. I mean, without hesitating.
Yes, sir.
As per my knowledge.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Okay, masters. Thank you all for joining the session for today. Again, we'll meet tomorrow with one of the interesting topic, that is thought power. How can you manifest, or how can you change your thoughts? What thought power is required to become so successful? So how we can change our thoughts? How meditation helps us to change all these thoughts? Okay, we are going to discuss it on tomorrow, because in our life everything matters because of the thoughts, right? So we are meeting unexpected situations in the life because of those thoughts. We are meeting the right situations in the life because of the thoughts. We are the reason for whatever is happening in our life, nobody else. So that we will understand practically with an examples, with case studies. And tomorrow we understand the level of thinkings and which thoughts you must have and which thoughts you should not have. That we will see on tomorrow. See you all again and tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Thank you all. Thank you very much for your valuable time. So I already uploaded the music of today's session. Kindly play that music and meditate. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.